Hi there and welcome to another edition here on the LLM Diaries. It's episode 8 with Gloucester City. They've been using a 4231 since the season started and they've been going great guns. This 4231 was brought to you by my patrons on the channel and they wanted me to do a 4231, so I obliged and I used a 4231. As many of you probably know, I'm not a big fan of the 4231. There's too much thinking involved with a 4231. And I've done a tactical guide on how I set up a 4231. My Torino diaries have a 4231 that they're using, and it's a slightly different one I've used here as well. So I've set up a 4231 with Arsenal, with Torino, and with Gloucester. All three are different. So there are many ways you can play a 4231, and I adapt as I go. So the objective of this show is for me to use the 4231 in an environment and try and adapt it as I go. Now, in some of the matches, I would have loved not to use the 4231. We just lost our unbeaten run to Ebbs Fleet United, who played a 4-4-1-1. In my heart, I was saying go with a 4-1-2-2-1. You know, a system that's got static defense probably would be a lot better against a 4-4-1-1. But unfortunately, I was stubborn. I decided, let's see how the 4-2-3-1 will do. Unfortunately for me, it didn't go very far. We lost. Then if you missed LLM7, which was the 7th episode, you should have seen Mr. Singh between the sticks, or rather the posts. Cricket is sticks. So, yeah, he did something in that game. And if you're wondering what it is, then you really have got to watch that match, because I literally wanted to smash my monitor when it happened. And it was like, oh my God, why? And at the end of the day, I have to blame myself, the other Mr. Singh, for what he did. So what have I done? What am I going to do? Well, Mr. Singh decided he decided to distribute to the fullbacks. The fullback wasn't available. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to tell him to distribute to anyone, but he will just pick somebody, because since he's rolled it out. And we're going to try and do it with less risky passes. The other thing is, I know that Altrincham is going to be playing a 3-5-2 because that's the way they set it up. That's how I think they'll be setting it up. So we are going to use 2 inverted wing backs for this match. So I will explain why during the game itself. And if I'm right, it will work. If I'm wrong, I'm screwed. So, yeah. So what am I going to do with the inverted wing back? So here we have the inverted wing back. He's going to be told to close down much more. All right, that's sorted. Now we also have another situation. Malcolm is unavailable. He's injured. So what do I do here? The first thing I want to do is I want to go to my attacking midfielders. Malcolm, I need somebody on the flanks with pace to support Berkeley, but now he's not available, and the only other person who can play there is Matthew Berkeley. So Matthew Berkeley will have to take that position because he has acceleration and he can get behind the lines. Well, he may not have a great cross on him, but at least, you know, he should be able to beat some players. Now, who plays beside him? Who now goes up as a striker? That is a question I have to ask myself. And again, he's an advanced forward, so he's got to play the defensive line. In this particular case, I need a striker who's got acceleration as well as some off the ball to get there, and some strength to hold up the ball as well. So I'm looking at Luke Hopper to play in that position. So we've sorted these players out. Poor Craig, he's unhappy as hell. He has never got a chance to play. So I'm going to make him even more unhappy by picking Bobby Dale. So God, that's so mean. Yeah, you probably, oh man, the things that you do in this game. Well, okay, here we've set it up. We know roughly how we're gonna play, and we're playing against a 3-5-2. So what other things can I do? I'm gonna try something here, and I'm gonna launch these guys forward. My head says this is a suicidal thing to do. Okay, I'm hoping that Isaacs drops down to support midfield. These two guys will come up to support midfield, and I can actually overpower their 3-5-2. That is, or rather their 5-3-2. That is the plan. So in order for me to play like that, I'm also going to push my defensive line to slightly higher. Going to keep it there. I'm not going to play with a super high tempo. I'm just going to play on a normal tempo, and that's the setup that we're going to take for the match against Altrincham. Okay, so we're about to head out. Gideon Oketu, you're free. Thank you very much. You can play in this game. That's good news for us. We will give Ed Williams a break. So we have Phil Clark, Jake Haldane, Puri, Bobby Dale, Sam Avery on the bench. Another option I have is to bring this guy, Antonio Alcaraz Zamora, who hasn't really been playing a lot. And this would mean I need to take one option off. Okay, so we'll have him on as well. So now we have Berkeley, Hopper, Kodwika, Isaacs. Berkeley, Kodwika, Isaacs. I'm almost tempted to use him on the right flank, but never mind. Okay, so we managed to get... Alright, oh god. Okay, so these are the guys who are going to be starting the match. We're playing on low risk at a structured shape against a team that is going to be playing a 5-3-2. This will be a tight game, and I'm going to make it tighter. Alright, this is what I plan to do since they're playing a 5-3-2. I'm going to tight mark the fullbacks. Position only, sorry. Won't be the person, but the position. Whoever plays in this position will get tight mark. 2, I'm going to take Molt out of the game. Hopefully this works. And we're going to give Molt a hard time, because he's the most creative person in that team. Finally, we're going to close down all the defenders so that they don't have time on the ball. And Dauber as well. So we've done a fair bit, and then Hamilton will show him onto the wrong foot. First time you guys are seeing me do all these OIs, because I'm playing against a 5-3-2, and this is going to be a tough match for us to play. Hamilton will get shown on the wrong foot. So we've done that. Now let's go to the team talk and let's have a chat with the boys. Come on, let's show me what you can do. Tactics have already been set up. On set piece takers, I want to make sure. Yeah, I knew it. I never saved this. I keep doing this at the start of every match. I should actually have learned my lesson by now. Okay, alright, so that's all done. Low risk, structured, and we're gonna start the match on comprehensive. I just want to see how we do in the first couple of minutes. Hamilton, Hannigan, Palmer with the ball. I'm paying very close attention to their wing backs and seeing how high up they come to, how high up the pitch they go, and whether we leave gaps behind as they do that. If they do leave gaps, I'm going to be changing this inverted wing backs back to full backs. Okay, the good thing is that we are putting a fair bit of pressure on their goalkeeper still. Damon with the ball tries to launch that. Can't. Hamilton wins the ball. Webb out wide. Can't get it to Dansmore. Richmond. Okitu read that really well. Kodwika back. The boys are getting in their own way. Webb, he's been beaten to the ball. Hamilton out wide to Gamblin. Alright, this is where we spot their wing backs. Nahimi. Okay, I can see the wing back. You can see how free he is on the left flank. We have to decide. I'm going to decide now to take both the wing backs and make them full backs on support right now, because I don't like this. This is too dangerous for me. Their wing backs are actually getting behind my lines, which now means that I need to play a bit more aggressively as well. Oketo to Kodwika. Kodwika back to Webb. Webb crosses it in. Berkeley, what an interception from Nahimi. Corner, Joe Hanks with the corner. Yes, it's in the air, but Nahimi picks it up. Bradley Isaacs will be able to do something with the ball. I have to keep my mouse off the screen. It's very annoying. Alright, here we go. Thomas back to Damon. Damon tries to release Hopper, but he can't. Reeves. Oh, this is a good play from Altrincham. Alright, not too bad, boys. 15 minutes. We can get off comprehensive now and go to extended highlights. Enough. Webb. Isaacs drops back to support. Hanks out to Berkeley. Berkeley is going to be... Yes, they're trying to move the team around. Isaacs, he loses to Molt. This is good play from Altrincham. Berkeley, it's end to end. The boys are not stopping. This match is exciting to watch. Hopefully we win. Damon, Webb, yes, gets to the ball. Hanks Now to Isaacs. Isaacs will have to, he's a youngster, he's only 19 or 20 years old, and I'm giving him such a mature role to play. Codwicker cuts inside, shoots, forces Dauber into a save. It's a corner. Quarter of the hour mark now gone. Joe Hanks to the corner, in the air, and Nahemi back to Isaacs. That's why I play a man there, and we've scored. Berkeley, you beauty. And that's how I set my short corner routines like that. If they clear the ball, it gets to Isaacs, and Berkeley was just waiting to hammer it home. Yes. Great start from Gloucester City against Altrincham. The inverted wingbacks were not working for me. They just couldn't. But it's the moment they go in, the natural width of a 5-3-2 was overpowering my 4-2-3-1. So let's hope that this stays the way. I have another option in my 4-2-3-1. It's a bit radical. I might try it very soon. Molt with the ball, shoots, clears, gets to Gamblin. Odero to Isaacs, to Thomas. I'm thinking of setting my attacking group into a narrow configuration. It might put more pressure on their back line, because then, they've gone to 4-4-2. This is interesting. Altrincham has switched into a 4-4-2. Haha, this is good. Thank you for not playing the 3-5-2. So now, since they've gone into that, we can. Oh, you were closing down much more. I didn't know that. I forgot all about that. But it's a hard block, so it's okay. He was closing down much more, but it was fine. Oh, that's scary. Actually, the fullback should not have been closing down much more. He would have been caught out of position. So far, I've been lucky. That mistake didn't screw us over. Just to make sure I don't make any more mistakes. This is a tough game. All right. Gloucester City still only 2 shots on target. 32 minutes in. This is a tough match. Joe Hanks with a free kick. And both sides are having problems, moving the ball from defense into attack. Speaking of which, I want to keep possession. So you are definitely playing into the fullbacks. All right. Now I want to use the ball a bit better now. So that's why the goalkeeper has been taken off his previous instruction. Where it will end up being a mixture of passing instruction. He'll play it long as well, so I don't want that to happen. Webb does so well. Gets the ball to Okito. Okito to Isaacs. Isaacs, come on. He gets it to Joe Hanks. It's okay. They're just rebuilding the attack one more time. Okito back to Webb. Now to Isaacs. Isaacs finds Joe Hanks. Joe Hanks is holding out the ball. Yeah, Thomas is in the box. Shoots. Dauber so forcing a save. Okay, it's pretty good first half. It's exciting for me because they've gone into a 4-4-2, which means we have a chance. Hopefully. Gamblin corner, clears it. Nahemi just Pearson picks that up. Isaacs back to Codwicker. Codwicker brings the ball back, gives it to Webb. Tom Webb has been playing quite badly in the last couple of games. A lot of mistakes, and then he loses possession, and then we have all kinds of problems after that, like this. He scores. Tom Webb. That was you all the way. Damn it. We were playing so well until Tom Webb lost possession of the ball. It came down our left as well. Alright, we're going to change. I'm going to go back to having a fullback on support. And he will not be closing down much more. Free kick, Joe Hanks. Well wide. Well, my initial excitement has been dampened somewhat by Tom Webb's mistake. My only worry right now is if he makes more. I'm not happy. Karen Thomas looking stressed. Tom Webb, no, Matthew Berkeley is demotivated. I don't really care. Dean Pooley is coming on for Tom Webb. Where are you? By 6.8. Alright, this is what we're going to do. Matthew Berkeley is moving up. Luke Hopper, you're coming off. Bring some Mora on. Damon. Patterson picks that up. Molt has if they move Molt on to be a winger. So and I will leave the instructions earlier, the opposition instructions. Now, if you check the opposition instructions, they won't be, Molt should not be affected, but he is. So I targeted Molt. So I'm gonna remove all this so we don't get out of position. All I want them to do on that position is to show him to a weaker foot. Okay, there we go. Isaac's back to Webb. Now to Kotwicker. Yeah, Molt was on that side of the flank as well. So I hadn't changed his opposition instructions and didn't help that I was playing an inverted wing back on that flank. So that's probably the reason why we screwed up and conceded the goal. Webb, Kotwicker, back to Webb, Webb to Kotwicker. Now to Isaacs. Plays it back to Hanks. Hanks has got options. Come on. Gets it to Alcaraz, Zamora. But Zamora shoots into a wall of Altrincham defenders. And there Altrincham go with a counter attack. But it doesn't amount to anything. Thank God for that. Patterson with the throw. Molt back to Patterson. He's going to get a chance to cross without a doubt. Jasbir Singh picks that up. Okay. Webb dropping deep, getting the ball to Kotwicker. Kotwicker now on his own finds Isaacs, who's dropped deep to support him. Kotwicker again. Thank goodness for Webb. I don't believe I'm saying that. Berkeley tries from range, but he can't get it on target, but that's okay. Altrincham 1, Gloucester City 1. We just came off a defeat to Ebbsfleet United. How will the boys respond? And midfield is purely Altrincham's, so we're gonna go back. I need to get back control of midfield, and I'm taking a risk now. Inverted wing back support, close down much more. Okay, let's go Okito. You're gonna have to move up now. Thomas has picked up a yellow card. Jasbir Singh, goal kick to Thomas. Thomas, I wonder what he's going to do. Damon to Webb. Back to Thomas. To Hanks. To Isaacs. Okito should be there, yeah. We're overloading one side of the pitch now. Webb to Berkeley. Berkeley to Zamora inside the box. Yes, but he hasn't been... This is really his first game of the season. Long kick out. With the injury to Malcolm. And yes, well helped by Jasbir Singh. 60 minutes in, Altrincham 1, Gloucester City 1. This is a tight affair. Thomas. Get in okay too. He's only at 6.5. He's not having a good game himself. Alright, we're gonna make a slight adjustment to his role, because normally he doesn't close down like a mad monster. He just closes down more. Alright. There we go. Hope that makes you feel a bit better. Odero, what have you done? While I went to get a coffee, Odero has picked up a card, has he? Yes, he has. Leroy. I can't have a coffee in peace. Hasler Clegg White, thank you very much, boys. Okay, so it's we're not doing that badly, but Altrincham has definitely turned up the tempo, and they're playing a lot better now. Joe Hanks out wide to Thomas. Thomas back to Damon. Damon to Alcaraz Zamora, who beats one player, gets himself into a crossing opportunity, then runs into a player again. Okito back to Tom Webb. Isaacs out wide to Thomas. Thomas back to Hanks. Now to Alcaraz Zamora. Back to Hanks. Thank you very much. Keep this movement going. Thomas, and Berkeley scores a beautiful goal. You beauties. Yes! Now that's what I call an overlapping run. Look at this. Hanks, look at where Thomas ended up. This is how we carved them up. Oh, this was a great goal. The overloading is working now. 77 minutes in. Patterson with the throw. Defending Richmond, Gamblin. Hasler Clegg, he's lining up a shot. He shoots. Jasbir pulls a save out of his left pocket. Altrincham 1, Gloucester City 2, Gamblin with a corner. In the air it goes. The boys are rising up. Codwicker will get this. And he's off in the snow. Is that snow on the pitch? Altrincham's pitch between the first half and the second half. What a dramatic change this has happened to the pitch. Kieran Thomas, they've even changed the colour of the ball. Have you noticed that? It's not orange. They can't clear the ball. Nahimi. Oh no, Reeves. He's smiling. It's not Christopher Reeves, is it? No, it's not. Damon to Webb, back to Hanks. Hanks tries to clear the ball, and it's Joyce. No, Joyce. Hamilton shoots and scoops it over the bar. All right, now it's time for us to change things around and try and keep possession of the ball. This is what I call a double whammy. Try to save, we're trying to waste time as well as keep possession of the ball. And no, what a save from Singh. Okay, we're doing more now. I'm desperate. Team Pooley, who can you come on for? You're just a tackling monster, so you will come on for Gideon Oketu, who just came from recovering from an injury. Joyce has to go backwards. It's 2 minutes left on the clock, and Odero picks that ball up, gets it to Berkeley. Berkeley does well. He holds the ball up. He goes, but Hannigan brings him down. There's going to be 2 minutes of stoppage. We are making a substitution to waste time. Dean Pooley comes on for Gideon Oketu. That should be enough. Come on, ref, blow the whistle. This has been a tough match. Altrincham are second on the table, or rather one of the sides near the top of the table, and both of us are fighting for a top 3 finish in the league this season, and that should be it. This should be the kick. Jasbir Singh has he doesn't even get a chance to kick the ball. Berkeley with 2 goals in this match. This is a great result for us. This also brings Berkeley, Berkeley could very well now be the top goal scorer in the league. Oh, what a response to their defeat that we just had against Ebbsfleet United 3-2. I thought this would turn us into a bunch of, softies. We lose it, and there you go. Matthew Berkeley, top of the goal scoring charts with 17 goals this season. And look at our man of the matches. We've got Berkeley and Joe Hanks, both of them 5 man of the matches. And the average rating, look at this. Matthew Berkeley, the goal scorer, I can accept that, but Jack Damon, one of the highest average ratings for a player, belongs to a central defender. This has been a great result for us. So what did I do? Okay. Alright, I started off the match playing 2 inverted wingbacks, right? Now, when I started the match playing 2 inverted wingbacks, I realized very, very quickly I think it was the 5th or the 7th minute, that my fullbacks were giving up so much space on the flanks. Their wingbacks were literally having the time of their lives. So, opposition instructions or not, I just couldn't protect my flanks, and that's when I decided to convert both these boys back into fullbacks on support, because it was just it was a high risk for me to take playing 2 inverted wingbacks. When you play inverted wingbacks, this is what's going to happen. This guy's going to come forward. This guy's going to come forward to these positions, and you're going to end up leaving only 2 boys at the back to defend. And sometimes when they drop back into a transition to defend, they change places. So Oketu will become a central defender. And I'm not prepared to take those kind of risks in a match as important as this. When we changed back to a fullback on support, their wingbacks now had issues. They couldn't come up because they have to get past 2 defenders, basically Codwicker and Oketu on each flank. But I had to take a risk. If you notice, there was a time when during the match I started observing the midfield domination, and our passing from defense wasn't very high. So I did 2 changes in the game, 2 major changes. One, the passing instructions on Jasbir Singh. I needed him to go back to rolling it out to the fullbacks. I'll take the risk. If he does give the ball away again, then it's my fault. The second thing I had to do was make sure that in order to get the midfield passing percentages back in my favor, I had to get another body in there, and it had to be either Oketu or Thomas. Now Oketu makes for a better inverted wingback. Someone other, he seems to play, he's got better all-round stats. If I were to compare the two, we have Gideon Oketu. He's not like the best player in the world, but look, he makes decisions. He's got good decisions. He's got good composure. All right, he's got decent off the ball, and he's got decent acceleration. So he's average, but he is the average person that I need playing in that position. And Kieran Thomas, well, he's not bad either. All right, as a player, he has almost the same skill sets as Gideon Oketu. They're both very good fullbacks, but I wanted to keep. And what I like about Kieran Thomas is how he gets up and down the flanks on the right, because we have a CMD on that side. So it does encourage him to go up. So he did go up. He got into his positions. Berkeley, who was a winger on attack, the moment he steps inside, Thomas does the overlap. So it was very nice to watch. And that was our first goal. I think our second goal was easily one of my favorite goals. This second goal was really nice. Thomas to Hanks, Alcaraz Zamora. He holds it up, and then you can see where Thomas is. Thomas had done an overlapping run, and we had split that golden zone up by pulling as many as 4 to 5 players onto the right, and this is all we needed. It was a great goal. I'm pretty happy with how the team controlled half spaces and that golden zone, something that I've talked about in an exclusive video I shared with all my patrons. That video should be coming very soon to YouTube. Now, if you want to find out more information on the way I play my tactics, please, there's a book I've written called Busternet, the Football Manager's Guide. It covers as much as I know, and I do like updates. I do updates to the book quite often, so you may want to visit www.patron.com/Busternet for more information on how you can get the book. If you have any questions, please drop me a note on this YouTube channel, or you can look me up on Twitter @Busternet. Meanwhile, you guys take care, and I'm off to decide how many more episodes of the LLM Diaries I'm gonna do. Bye bye.